President Trump is standing by his Supreme Court nominee, Judge Brett Kavanaugh.
This is a very tough thing for him and his family, and we want to get it over with. At the same time, we want to give tremendous amounts of time. If she shows up, that would be wonderful. If she doesn't show up, that would be unfortunate.
Professor Christine Blasey Ford has been invited to testify Monday before the Senate Judiciary Committee. But Ford first wants the FBI to investigate her allegation that Kavanaugh sexually assaulted her when they were teenagers in the 1980s. Ford has the support from Senate Democrats, including Kirsten Gillibrand of New York.
The fact that she has to protect her children from death threats and this kind of assertions online about her, I think is exactly why survivors of sexual violence do not come forward.
Law professor Anita Hill is also among those calling for a full investigation. In 1991, Hill accused then Supreme Court nominee Clarence Thomas of sexual misconduct, though Thomas was eventually confirmed by a narrow margin.
There is no reason for them to rush this and push this with a 6-day time frame. The American public really is expecting something more. The American public wants to know about what happened, and they want to know that the Senate takes this seriously.
Republicans have complained that the Ford allegation came after lengthy and contentious hearings where Kavanaugh was questioned by senators from both parties. South Dakota Republican Senator John Thune.
There have been 1,300 written questions that have been responded to by Judge Kavanaugh, and he met with 65 United States senators over the course of the last 2 months, and never a whiff of this letter until just this last week.
Republican Senator Lisa Murkowski says it's important that both Ford and Kavanaugh be heard.
My hope is that it will be conducted with a level of respect and integrity for the process and for the people.
You believe the allegations are credible?
I think that is exactly why we have this process.
The controversy has now put Kavanaugh's nomination, a lifetime appointment to the Supreme Court, in jeopardy, says legal analyst Paul Schiff-Berman.
And I think that this accusation will solidify the Democratic opposition to Kavanaugh's nomination, and given the fact that Republicans hold only a small majority in the Senate, the defection of just a small number of Republican senators would defeat this nomination.
Kavanaugh was nominated to replace retired Justice Anthony Kennedy. His confirmation would solidify a conservative majority on the Supreme Court. Jim Malone, VOA News, Washington.